Hey y'all, I know it's late, but I wanted to read something out of my little devotion that my husband gave me, and it's called Chosen and Sent. And it says, "This letter is from Paul, a slave of Christ Jesus, chosen by God to be an apostle and sent out to preach his good news." Romans 1:1. Paul had never been to Rome, but a church had been planted there by believers who were present when the Spirit came upon the believers, who gathered together on the day of the Pentecost, Acts 2:10. In this letter to the Roman believers, Paul laid out the case of Christianity. Going step by step, he walked his readers carefully along the foundation stones of the Christian faith, wanting them to understand what they believed and why. Paul was specifically chosen by God as his chosen instrument to take my message to the Gentiles and to kings, as well as to the people of Israel. Acts 9:15. After his conversion experience, he stayed in Damascus for 3 years and began his ministry. Paul then returned to Jerusalem, sponsored by Barnabas. After some attempts on his life, however, the apostles sent him back to Tarsus for his own safety, where he stayed for 14 more years. Paul ministered in Antioch for, Paul ministered for about, in Acts, Paul ministered for about, scratch all that. Paul ministered for about 8 more years before he and Barnabas were commissioned for their first missionary journey. God prepared Paul for a great ministry over the course of several years. Eventually, this man who had pursued Christians to their deaths would help to change the world for Christ. No time is wasted with God. If you feel like you're in the waiting period, he's probably just preparing you for the next step. Be patient. Obey right now, right where he has placed you. God is preparing you, even today, for tasks he has for you. Are you learning the lesson so that you'll be ready? That is so good. I pray that I am ready every single day to be a disciple for Jesus Christ. And I try to get on here on social media and do that, just to give a little bit more encouragement, because you never know where somebody is at. You never know what kind of day somebody's having. And so I hope sometimes I can just give a little bit more encouragement. Anyways, I hope you have a blessed night. And like I always say, walk like Jesus, talk like Jesus, and be like Jesus. Bye, y'all.